ancient stuff.
Yes, me too. Those were the first buildings I was fascinated with.
Yeah, and I love ruins that look like models in ruins.
Yes, me too.
Really, and when the form of ruins like would reappear in younger buildings.
The interior logic of obligation. The allegiance of family. No. The alliance of classmates. Family meaning sisterhood. So which is the symbolic door to open? Which door will peace be locked behind?
This is not good as a rehearsal space.
It's the best we have. Sure, I guess it could be more spacious. What size performance are you thinking you'll give?
Aren't you supposed to be encouraging as a director?
Yes, it's scatological. I'm going to emphasize that. So there are two servants, slaves, making boulettes of poop dung from animals from sex workers' ambrosial heights. The shit-eating monster that enables us to speak to the foolish gods is right there. I've been confused about selecting the translation from the Greek, and then I'm confused about what imagined conventions of what we imagine to be Greek theatre are worthwhile upholding. And why? Like, no one watching has the same beliefs in the pantheon of Greek gods, so why would we continue to refer to them? I'm not really sure how a historical thing reaches an audience now.
Pride and Prejudice. 5 sisters with each a characteristic. It's not that they are a symbolic order of people, but each is distinct. We follow the second, Lizzie, the intellectual anomaly, and we care historically for the first, Jane, who is the eldest, prettiest. The other sisters are almost discarded. Or, I never cared for Kitty, Lydia, or Mary. They are the chorus at best. But could it be that the mother is the chorus? She really is the zeitgeist. She's crying out loudest for the values of her time. And to believe in the bias of undeniable love that drives Darcy and Bingley to wed Lizzie and Jane. The narratives of selection and preservation come back to the empiricism of desire, ascendancy through relationships. What was the chorus?
Quick, bring the dung beetle his cake.
There it is. Give it to him, and may it kill him, and may he never eat better.
Hurry.
Here, take that damn thing. Paw, how it stinks. Take it and let's hope it's the best he's ever tasted, the shitbug. Paw.
Another one, quick, and make it from donkey shit this time. Quick!
What's he done with the last one? Gobble it up like just the rest of them, hey? Here, take it.
Hurry up. Knead up a lot and knead them stiffly.
Oh, scavengers, help me in the name of the gods, if you do not wish to see me fall down choked.
Another one, quick, from a boy's bum this time, a little whore boy's bum. The shitbug says he likes them well pounded.
There's one thing I think I'll never be guilty of. No one will claim that as I pound this muck, I help myself and eat the stuff.
Gross. Keep on mixing with all your might.
By God, no. I can stand this awful cesspool stench no longer.
I shall bring you the whole ill-smelling gear.
pitch down the sewer sooner and yourself with it.
To hell with it, by God, and you as well. If any of you knows, please tell me now where I can get a nose without a nostril. There's no work that is more miserable than rolling this stuff up and serving it.
A pig or a dog will at least pounce upon our excrement without more ado, but this foul wretch affects the disdainful, despoiled mistress and won't eat unless I offer him a cake that has been kneaded for an entire day.
I'll just open the door slightly so it won't see me. Go on, eat the lot, you big shit beast. Go on, eat.
What an indecent, stinky, gluttonous beast. I don't know what angry god let this monster loosen upon us, but of a certainty it was neither Aphrodite nor the Graces.
Who was it then?
No doubt Zeus, the god of the thundercrap.
But perhaps some spectator, some beardless youth who thinks himself a sage will say, "What is this? What does the beetle mean?" And then a Ionian sitting next to him will add, "I think it's an allusion to Cleon, who so shamelessly feeds on filth all by himself. But now I'm going indoors to fetch the beetle a drink."
Fiction and fact. Beside the political charge of pleasure, fiction serves narrative well. Poetry in a different way. Argument to me is poetry. Pleasures wielded, extracted by many. Oh! The makeup titan James Charles addresses his viewer as sister. "Hey, sister," he says. It's a catchphrase. James Charles was the first male CoverGirl model, infamous for his ring light in the high school bathroom to make his highlighter pop. It's difficult to tell you how important this is in history. Will it help if I compare makeup to contemporary painting? Maybe. Some of you will be able to hold on to this hook. Sisterhood is ambient, fixed association, even when it's fraught. Sorry to generalize.
I still think the best sound in the world is my wheels against city.
You know X? It's another one of those new local spaces in cities, super open to the international. They invited me to teach skating.
Knowledge shouldn't be something you hand on, it should be stolen.
What?
Theft means the knowledge object is something they can't simply borrow the importance from, you know. You're trying to turn your pleasure into a reason to preach. Don't make your vanity meaningful.
The charnel house of beauty blogging. Born Valentine's Day, 1982, Tati Westbrook, also known as Glam Life Guru, has 3 sisters. As a child, she was a dancer and actor, and there, not in beauty school, was where she learned basics of her craft. She subsequently builds a popular YouTube channel and develops her brand of hair gummies, Halo Beauty. Gummy supplements to improve your hair. She's friends also with Jeffree Star. YouTube beauty and its feuds are as protean as politics, with the involvement of the products, palettes, brushes, highlighters, brow liners, a kit for capitalism as a sporting event. In 2019, Tati Westbrook, the adoptive mother of James Charles, spoke out in a shocking video. Bye, sister. James Charles, who was a virgin and had never had a boyfriend and might think that an amazing date as visiting an escape room with a cute boy, had been to a birthday dinner of Tati's and was hitting on a straight waiter. In front of her family, James Charles was talking about sucking dick and cock. Oh my God. Tati knew to be worried. The archetype of predatory gay. Fantasy gets executed by makeup craftsmen. James Charles shows receipts in his video, No More Lies, that it was completely consensual. How is displayed evidence synonymous with truth? James had endorsed Tati's direct competitor, Sugar Bear Hair, after they gave him tickets and security at Coachella. In Tati's video, she sits, piercing gaze into screen, ensuring her ethical policy holds up.
Actresses are strange to me. I don't want to be an actress.
You want to preserve the status quo?
No. A funny character would be a strategy of accumulation of this.
We're staging a Greek comedy that is pre-Marx and pre-capitalism. It's not capitalism or gender relevant, it's people as property and godly subjects.
It's written for a certain class of people, and it'd be a mistake to make it for everyone now.
Is performing peace a mistake?
Prison part of language. Sometimes I think I do want to get married. Sometimes the nuclear family still makes sense to me. When I think about other type of families and how threatened they are by society.
Threatening me.
The town subject to you saw that you were angered, one against the other, showing each other your teeth like dogs. They hatched a 1,000 plots to pay you no more dues. They, being as shamelessly greedy as faithless in diplomacy, chased off peace with ignominy to let loose war. Though this was profitable to them, it was the ruin of the farmers, who were innocent of all blame. For, in revenge, the warships repeatedly went from here to get revenge there, devouring the farmers' figs. Then the rural laborers flocked into the city and let themselves be bought over like the others, not having even a gravestone to munch and longing after their figs. They looked towards the political leaders. The leaders well knew that the poor were driven to extremity and lacked even bread, but they nevertheless drove away the goddess. Each time she reappeared in answers to the wish of the country, with their loud shrieks that were as sharp as pitchforks. Furthermore, they attacked the well-filled purses of the richest among our allies on the pretense that they belonged to Prejudice party. And then you would tear the poor accused wretch to pieces with your teeth. For the city, all hell with hunger and cowed with terror, gladly gobbled slander and calumny that was thrown at it. So the strangers, seeing what terrible blows the informers dealt, sealed their lips with gold. They grew rich, while you, alas, you could only see that Greece was going to ruin. It was the tanner who was the author of all this woe.
Risky realities. Imagine captivity, the fantasy of the outside.
Isn't it in fact a bit fan fiction, a bit petty and pathetic?
Don't you think that there's still the ancient spirit or something being sufficiently served?
No, you've staged too far from the original, and you're making this cultural object your lineage.
But I'm trying to update it. Anyway, Samuel Delaney says, fiction is a process of creating a false memory with the force of history. So fiction really is doing something similar to the museological. Like, it's not my intention to be too museological, like as in mausoleum. But Delaney's suggestion of writing as summoning micro-memories that infix, join, and connect so the reader has a sustained memory of something that never happened is something that also works in my modern understanding of how ancient language sits for the modern viewer.
I don't think history is something to joke about. Like, it's good to challenge it, but in architecture studies, we learn the difference between the model and its execution. We see the particularities of the brief, the customer, the client, the so-called public, the spectator. These audiences work differently to the individual you're suggesting writing is about.
But that's just an interpretation of the curriculum. The curriculum is surely almost corpse-like by now.
No, this is my argument for why the ancient texts now, their revivification, even though I want to revile the past so desperately, and I like its beauty. That's dumb to say, but I like thinking I know the meaning, and that this state is linked to reading.
So think about this, painting as a representational tool. It's one of those things that people use to expound on history, to function beside science as a way to record things. But don't get it twisted. Painting is obviously about other things too. The way I see it, reproduction, whatever that means, is just the starting point. And who am I? I am the spirit of the mask. I am the business of makeup.
Demonstrate you're outside the system. Very good.
You council members and public officers, look on this Theoria and witness the splendid things I bring and give to you. You can quickly raise these 2 legs of hers high in the air and roast your sacrifice. Look at the oven she's got. Magnificent. Smoky black down here because the council used to cook their meat in her before the war. And now she's yours. At first light tomorrow you can arrange some really splendid games, wrestling on the ground, mounting doggy style, lying her on her side or on her knees, bending over or rubbing on the oil and grappling in a youthful free-for-all, gouging and striking with your fists and prick. Next day you'll organize equestrian games, where riders straddle riders, chariots crash on top of one another and blow and pant as they go at it. Then other riders will be lying there with cocks all scraped from falling out while moving round the turns. So come on, you officials of the state, accept Theoria. Here's the basket with barley seed, ribbons and a knife. We've got fire as well. So now the only thing we're missing is the sheep. Peace surely gets no joy from slaughter, nor should one spill blood across her altar. Go, take the beast inside and sacrifice it, then cut the thigh bones out and bring them here. That way we'll save the sheep for our producer.
Pride becoming purposeless, selection as a state of mind, presentational bearings gone hands-free, semi-official prejudice.